moment to find your posture here. Getting comfortable, adjusting your legs so they can really relax in this shape. And let your hands rest in your lap. Close your eyes and just begin to turn your focus and attention inward. Gradually soften the muscles in the face. Let any movement in the eyes settle. Let your lower jaw feel loose. Feel a heaviness in the shoulders that relaxes them down away from your neck. And let that heaviness continue through the arms all the way into the palms. Continue to scan through your body, noticing how you feel this morning. Acknowledging any areas in the body that you need to be mindful of today. And as you're taking in your whole physical state of being, also acknowledge your mood and where your thoughts are. Once you've completed that body scan, turn your awareness to the sound and the sensation of your breath. Notice the texture and the temperature of the air, and where you feel movement in your body as you breathe. And then begin to consciously slow down and deepen your natural breath. Take more time to fill the lungs as you inhale, expanding all the way around the ribcage. And take more time to empty the lungs as you exhale, gradually contracting and feeling your navel draw in. Let this breath settle into a slow, steady rhythm that works for you. Then we'll start coordinating movement with breath. You can float your eyes open. On an inhalation breath, raise your arms up overhead and join the palms together, looking up. Exhale, touch the fingertips to the floor beside you. Inhale again, reach up, getting even taller, joining the palms. Exhale, touch the hands to the floor. Once more, inhale, reach up, getting tall. And then exhale, twist to the left, wrapping your left arm behind your back and crossing your right hand over to the knee. Gently pressing there to help you rotate through your spine. Take a few deep breaths here. And then exhale, release, and take the hands to the lap, straightening your spine. Inhale again, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Right arm wraps around behind the back. Left hand presses against the right knee to help you twist. One more breath in. And exhale, unwind. Uncross your legs and plant your feet about as wide as your mat. Lean forward and hold on to your ankles or your shins. Inhale and lift up tall. Exhale, fold through the legs for modified tortoise pose. Letting your head and neck drop. The next time you inhale, roll up. And bring your legs together, extend them out in front of you. Take your hands behind your back, leaning on your palms. Point your toes and squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then lift your ribcage and chest, arching your upper back. Breathing into that expansion in the front side of the body. One more inhalation. And exhale, release. Good, let's come into table pose on the hands and knees. And we're going to come from table directly into half down dog. So line your hips over the knees, walk your arms forward and press your chest toward the ground. Extending your spine, getting deep in the shoulders. Take several breaths here. The next time you inhale, lift back up to table, and then step your right foot in between the hands for a low lunge. Point your left toes and get nice and low in the hips. And then inhale, rise up to balancing crescent lunge, lifting up out of the low back, arching the upper back slightly as you draw the arms back, creating that crescent moon shape from the fingertips down to your back toes. On an exhalation, release the hands to the floor. Rock your hips back in space and try to straighten the right leg for half split. You can walk your hands back with you or put them up on blocks. Lift the toes of the right foot and just press the heel down against the mat to help stretch the hamstrings. And exhale, return to your lunge. Lift your back knee off of the ground, coming to high lunge. Plant your palms and step from here to plank pose. Bring the feet and legs together, shoulders over your palms, holding for a few breaths. One more breath to the ground. Point your toes, inhale, cobra, can be low or high. Exhale, let it go. Twice more. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to let it go. Last one, inhale. Exhale, release. Press back up to your knees and step your left foot forward into that low lunge. Good. Point your back toes. Stay low in the hips as you rise up here for Crescent Lunge. Lifting up through the arms and the spine and gently arching back. And on an exhalation, release the hands to the floor. Send your hips back and try to straighten the left leg for our half split. Lifting the toes up off the ground, really rooting through that heel. On an exhalation, return to your lunge. Lift your back knee off of the ground. Plant your palms and step again to plank pose. Strong energy through the core and low back. Slow, steady breath. Three more. With your final exhalation, slowly lower down. Inhale to cobra, just once this time. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, press to the knees. Exhale, rock the hips back and up for downward facing dog. Adjust your feet a few inches apart. Spread your fingers widely and press back against your palms. Check in with your neck here. Make sure you're letting the weight of the head bring length to the back of the neck. Check in with your jaw. Make sure that it's not clenched or tight. And then look forward. Inhale. Exhale, step up to your hands. Hands to the shins. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Twice more. Inhale, getting even longer. Exhale to fold forward. Last time. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, forward bend. Good. Let's hang here a few breaths. Letting go through the neck and shoulders. Pressing evenly through both feet. And then on an inhalation, rise up to stand, reaching over your head. And exhale the arms to your sides. Good. We'll take a few rounds of sun salutations, so make sure you're at the front of your mat here. On an inhalation breath, begin by reaching up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Take a breath in, and then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, make your way to down dog. Good. Settle into your breath. Feel that strong contact in your hands. On an inhalation, look forward. Exhale, step to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your arms. Second round, inhaling. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or On an inhalation, look forward. Exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms. Last round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. One breath in. Exhale and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Slow, steady breath. One more inhalation, look forward. Exhale, feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your arms. Okay, let's take one round of Sun Series B, starting with chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees and sit back. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. One breath in. Exhale and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Raise your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, step that foot through the hands. Round your back heel and come to warrior one. Take a few breaths here. Root through that back foot. On an exhalation, bring the hands down. You can go right to down dog or step back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. From your down dog, raise your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, lunge the foot through the hands. Ground your back heel. Rise up to warrior one. One more breath in. Exhale, hands down. Again, you can go right to down dog or step to plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Stay here and breathe. One more inhalation, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, chair pose. Bending knees, sitting way back. And then exhale, stand, and release your arms. Let's hold mountain pose for a few moments. Feel your arms actively reach down toward the ground. Root through your feet and feel your spine actively reach up toward the ceiling. Try and slow down your breath again. Once the breath feels calm, you can float the eyes open if you close them. I'm going to have you take your blocks and place them toward the front of your mat, one on each side, in case you want them. We're going to take a sequence through pyramid pose, standing split, and half moon. All right, so let's keep the right foot forward. Step your left foot back, and that heel should firmly touch the ground. Your hip joints should face forward. So I like to keep a hip width distance between the feet. Get strong in the legs and keep your hands at the waist for a moment. We're just going to glide the shoulders back to open the chest. On an exhalation breath, tilt your pelvis forward, lean your upper body forward, and feel your hip joints go back. And hold this flat back position and bring your hands to your blocks. So take those blocks just under your shoulders so you have a nice line there. If your hamstrings are super loose and you can do this with your hands on the ground, feel free to do that. Just really check in that you're maintaining this nice strong engagement on either side of your lumbar spine. You can hold here if this is already intense for your right hamstrings, or you can fold forward if that feels good, bringing your upper body now to the front of the right thigh, letting your head and neck drop down. Good. If you're folding, return to the flat back position. All right, so we're all here in the flat back. I'm going to have you bend your front knee, reach your hands or blocks forward a little bit, and then press off the back foot, lifting to your standing split, balancing on the right leg. My pelvis is still square to the floor, and I'm trying to maintain the flat back position here initially. Just like the pyramid pose, you can stay if this is already a big challenge for your hamstrings, or you could fold here as well. Bring your upper body closer to the right thigh, taking your hands or your blocks closer to your standing foot. If you folded, return to the flat back position. And from here, we're going to open it up to half moon. Keep your right hand on the block or on the floor. Take your left hand to your waist. And then slowly roll that hip open. So now your pelvis, your low abdomen is open to the side. And then roll your rib cage and chest open. And raise your left arm up. Good. Reverse the steps, hands to the waist. Take out that opening so your pelvis faces down. Put that left hand down on the block again and step your left foot down next to the right. Nice work. Bend both of your knees and just hang over the legs in a loose forward fold. Let your neck and shoulders relax. Bend your knees a bit more and slowly roll up through a ragdoll, one vertebra at a time until you're standing. Roll the shoulders a few times. A lot of time on that right leg if you want to rock the hips a little bit or shake out the leg and knee. Nice work. All right, let's reset those blocks back onto the mat if you're using them for a pyramid pose. So we're going to be stepping our right foot back now, finding that stance for pyramid where the back heel is firmly connected to the ground, pelvis faces forward, strong and straight through the legs. Good. Bring your hands to the waist and open the chest. And then lean your upper body forward. Feel your pelvis rotate. Hip joints are going back toward the end of your mat. Take your hands to blocks underneath the shoulders, holding here first in a nice flat back position. And you're welcome to stay here if this is a good challenge for your left hamstrings, or you can fold forward, bring the upper body to the front of the thigh, dropping the head. Good. If you're folding, return to the flat back position. All right, so we're going to bend the front knee a little bit, walk the blocks forward, and then push against the front foot to lift the back leg up into the air for standing split. Pelvis still faces the ground, right? Square hips. So let's first find a flat back position here. Right, you may have to play around with how high the blocks are. I'm often changing their height through this sequence. You can stay in the flat back can try folding here as well, walking your hands or blocks closer to your standing foot and bring your upper body closer to the front of the thigh. Good. If you folded, return to the flat back position. And then our last stage here, we're going to come into half moon. Left hand stays on the floor or your block. Bring your right hand to your waist and roll the right hip open, opening your lower abdomen. Gradually roll the upper body open and finally raise the right arm. Beautiful. Good. Reverse the steps, hand to the waist, take out some of that opening. Bring your hand back to your block and then step your right foot down to meet the left. Bend both knees a little and just hang over your legs in a loose forward bend. Let your neck release. Good. Bend your knees more and plant your palms on the mat. From here, just walk back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to raise the right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, step that foot up in between your hands for a lunge. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Take both arms inside of the right foot now. Move the foot over a little and turn it out at an angle. And let the knee and thigh fall away from the shoulder. If it feels good, you can kind of rock side to side in this. And then eventually let that rocking settle. You just hold the position a few more breaths, trying to keep that knee away from your upper body. You can stay on your hands or you can bring your forearms to blocks or the floor. If you're on your forearms, come back to your hands. And we're going to take a twist here. Your left hand's going to stay on the mat. Rotate the upper body and raise your right arm up. And then totally optional here, we're going to take a quad stretch. Let your right hand fall back toward the end of your mat. Bend your back knee and see if that foot can come into the hand. If not, just work on this upper body action of turning your chest and reaching the arm back. Beautiful. If you have the quad stretch, gently let go of the foot. We'll all take that right hand back to the mat. Scoot your right foot over even more so it's off the mat and you can plant your palms shoulder width apart. Lift your back knee up and step to plank pose from here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. From this down dog, raise your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, lunge the foot in between the hands. Bring your back knee to the floor. Good. Both arms inside of the left foot. Move it over a little bit and turn it out. And let this knee fall away from your shoulder. You can take some side to side motion if you want here at first, just to help open things up. And then eventually settle into stillness, keeping that knee away from the shoulder. And if you want, you can bring your elbows to blocks or the floor, or stay up on the hands if it's already pretty deep. If you're down on your elbows, come on back up to your hands. We'll take our twist with the right hand on the mat. Rotate and raise your left arm up, opening the chest. And then let the left arm fall back in space, reaching toward the end of your mat. Optional quad stretch. Bend your back knee and see if you can take that foot into your hand. If you have that, gently release it. We'll all take the left hand back to the floor. You can move the blocks out of the way if you have them, and move the left foot farther out to the side. Plant your palms for plank pose and lift the back knee. Step to plank from here. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, slowly lower. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Good, let your head and neck release. Press back against your palms. And from here, let's bring the knees to the floor. Take a rest in child's pose. Sit back on your heels. Let your shoulders and your neck relax, and close the eyes. When you're ready to come out, open the eyes and lift up into table. We're going to work on Dolphin pose and Forearm Plank. So come toward the front of your mat for Dolphin so you've got enough room to step back. Place your forearms and elbows on the ground. Make sure your elbows are about shoulder width apart. Clasp your fingers together in front of you and tuck your bottom pinky finger in. Press the fist and the elbows against the ground and glide your shoulders back away from the neck. And then tuck your toes and lift up into Dolphin. Adjust your feet if you need to, either a little closer or farther back. And let your neck be loose. Good. From here, we're going to start walking the feet back one at a time. Look forward and start to send your sternum toward your fist until you lower the hips and find a nice straight line for Forearm Plank. Keep pressing against the elbows and the fist, gliding the shoulders back away from your neck. Good, let's see if you can return to Dolphin. Engage your core and lift your hips. Walk your feet in closer. Pressing the chest toward the mat again. Finding that apex with a nice high hip position. And then exhale the knees to the floor. Let's take child's pose once more. Point the toes. And this time, if you like, wrap your arms around the legs. Let your shoulders melt. And just take a few breaths here, noticing how your body feels right now. And then reach your arms forward. We're going to come into just the forearm plank again. So bring your elbows and forearms to the mat and clasp your fingers, making that fist with the bottom pinky finger tucked in. Glide the shoulder blades back and then step your legs back one at a time. Tucking the toes, and then draw the pelvis down in line with the shoulders, and feel your sternum bone move forward toward your fist. Try to eliminate any rounding in the upper back. Good, let's see if you can take the left toes off of the mat, just 2 or 3 inches. And switch, take your right toes off the mat. Good, release the foot, bring the knees down, and take one final rest in child's pose. Let your whole body melt, letting go of that extremely active energy. And from here, I'm going to have you come face down on the floor. So take your time and lower your body to your mat. So the plank really contracts the whole front side of the body. So we want to stretch out the abdomen a little bit. You're going to take your palms outside of your chest in line for Cobra pose. And squeeze the shoulder blades together. Roll yourself up into a nice high Cobra. Squeeze the glutes and try and really press the front of your pelvis down against the mat. Lift your rib cage and your chest. Breathe nice and low, expanding the abdominal wall. Good, the next time you exhale, release. We're going to come into bow pose. I'm going to have you bring your forearms and elbows on the mat, starting in Sphinx. So line your elbows underneath your shoulders, lift your rib cage and chest, glide your shoulders back, and then bend your right knee, lean away and take the outer ankle or the top of the foot, then bend your left knee. If you can't reach both legs, take this single-sided, keeping one forearm in Sphinx pose. If you have both of them, flex your ankles, drive your feet toward the end of your mat as you lift your chest and rib cage. Breathing nice and low. Let's lower the upper body first, start to come down and then let go of the feet. You can turn your head down to one side and just swish your feet back and forth like windshield wipers. Feel your shoulders melt into the floor. Take a few breaths here. Good, and then release the legs. We'll try that one more time. If you're not feeling that pose, you can take the High Cobra again. Let's start with Sphinx, already elevating the upper body, getting the rib cage to lift and the shoulders back. And then bend one knee at a time. Take the ankle or the foot. If you have both, flex the ankles. Send your feet toward the end of your mat, helping to lift the upper body. When you're ready to release, slowly lower the upper body and then let go of the legs. Turn your head to the other side as you let your arms and shoulders melt, and take a few of those windshield wipers with the feet. Good, let your legs come to the floor. And from here, just carefully roll your back. So use as little effort as possible to turn over. And once you're on your back, bend your knees and just let your feet rest underneath the knees. Let your arms relax by your sides. And just take a few breaths here to feel that strong energy in your back muscles start to relax. And then when the back feels relaxed, you can bring the knees to the chest, hug the arms around the legs, and rock a little bit side to side, massaging your low back. And you can keep the right knee here, slide your left leg down on the floor. Become active through that leg. So point up through the toes, reach through your heel. And we're gonna come into half happy baby or reclined lunge. You're gonna open the right knee out to the side a little bit. Lift your head and shoulders and reach inside of the leg to take the heel with your right hand. Lie back down and press that heel up toward the ceiling, creating the shape of happy baby in the right side. Keep that active energy in your left leg. Glue that heel to the floor. The next time you exhale, drop the heel, let go and bring the knee back to the center, and then cross the knee over your body for a reclined twist. Float your right arm out to the side to counter the leg as you just gradually let it drop. Try not to push or force it toward the floor. Let the body feel really relaxed in this shape, but keep the breath active and energized. When you're ready to come out, slowly unwind. Good, bend both knees and just adjust your hips if you need to so they feel centered below your shoulders. And then bring your left knee to your chest, slide your right leg on the mat and energize that right leg as if you're trying to push a wall with the heel on the sole of the foot. Good, we're gonna let the left knee fall out to the side a little bit, preparing for this half happy baby. Lift your upper body up and reach the left arm inside of your leg and take the heel with your hand. Lie back down and start to press the heel up toward the ceiling. So there's that upward energy through the foot, but downward energy through the arm. You're trying to keep your shoulder connected to the floor. Good, exhale, slowly release the foot, let it go, and help guide the knee back to the center. And then cross the knee over the pelvis toward the right side of the mat. Let your left arm float out to counter the leg. Nice deep breath. ready to come out, unwind the twist. Bend both knees and adjust your hips so they feel centered below you. Hug both knees into your chest, and we're gonna rock along the spine. So tuck your chin, start to build a little momentum as you rock up and down, taking 3 or 4 of these. And eventually rock your way upright to sit. All right, we're gonna finish up with a few seated poses. If you'd like to elevate your hips, you can grab a folded blanket or something else to sit on. And we're gonna start with seated down angle pose. Bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees out to the side, and hold your feet or ankles. Sit up tall through your spine. Feel your lumbar engaged to pull the spine in. And then open the knees wider, squeezing your outer hips. Feel strong, active breath. On an exhalation, tuck your chin and begin to slowly fold forward. Breathing the whole time you come into this fold. When you're ready to come up, inhale. Bring the knees together and extend the legs out in front of you. We're going to take a forward fold. You can certainly use a strap for this if you like that variation, or you can take your hands outside of your hips to help you sit up tall. In either case, start here with staff pose. So really, again, drawing the lumbar in, strong support through the low back. If you're using the strap, you can start to pull on it to help guide your upper body forward. If you're not, inhale and raise the arms up, tuck your chin, and then exhale, lean forward and hold wherever the hands meet on the legs. Take about 5 more breaths here. When you're ready to come up, inhale and lift. Good, bend your right knee, and then cross the right foot over your straight leg to the outside of the thigh. We'll prepare for a seated twist. Sit up nice and tall. Raise your right arm up and inhale. Exhale and twist to the right, putting that hand just behind your back. Hugging the bent knee in nice and close to your upper body. One more breath in. Exhale, release the pose. Good, straighten your right leg in front of you. Bend your left knee in, and then cross that foot to the outside of your right thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. Raise your left arm and inhale. Exhale, twist, putting that hand down just behind you. Hugging the bent knee in close to your upper body. One more breath in. Exhale, unwind. Good, release that leg, and we'll come into Shavasana, final relaxation. So get yourself comfortable on your back, the corpse pose. Use any props that you'd like to support your body. Once you feel settled, close your eyes. Take a brief moment to scan through your body and let go of any remaining active energy. Feel every muscle and every joint release as your body softens into the ground. And take one final deep breath in and exhale out through the mouth with a sigh. Feel your jaw release and let your tongue and throat relax as you resume your natural breath. Slowly bring your attention back to your breath. And take a few deep breaths as you begin to move a little bit in your body. And then eventually bend your knees and roll over to one side, curling up into a fetal pose. And just pause there briefly, noticing how you feel right now. And with as little effort as possible, make your way upright again to a comfortable seat with the eyes closed. Once you're there, feel an upward energy move through your spine. Let the shoulders melt as the front of the body opens again. And just take a moment to be here with your breath. And then you can join the palms together in front of your heart, and we'll end by chanting Om one time. Take a deep breath in. Om. Exhale and gently bow your head, acknowledging yourself for making the time and space to practice this morning and expressing gratitude to your own body. And thank you so much for being here today. Hope you enjoyed this class. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.